you live from Disneyland. So behind me is the Haunted Mansion. Anyway, this will be kind of a quick one, but I did want to give you guys a little information um, about the economy. And this is a great place to go check it out. Okay, this is one of my economic indicators is Disneyland. So it's not empty. There's a lot of people still here. It is 7:15 p.m. here Pacific time. And if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and put those in the chat. Also, double tap the screen. That gives the thumbs up so that other people will see this. And we've got two little surfers back here behind me. These are my daughters. And we decided to go have a little bit of fun here. So I'm going to share some information with you guys about this, and we're going to talk about silver as well. But I've got two unique indicators for the economy. One is Costco, and one is Disneyland. Okay, yeah, those are kind of crazy, but I think they hit some really good points. So my Costco one is how busy is the parking lot of Costco? What are people putting in their shopping carts? How full are they? What kind of items are they putting in there? Are they mostly putting in, food items? Are they doing electronics? You hi guys hiding away? Want to say hi? So this one here is Little Surfer A and B. They're going to help me not ram into people here. All right, so there's Tiana's cafe place. That's new. And you got Star Wars Land behind us, and we're going to go over to Pirates. So just a quick fun fact, my dad was actually the first paying public person to ride the Pirates of the Caribbean when he was a kid. So that's kind of cool. It's like a family thing, right? No one really cares. Okay, but let's talk about Costco for a second. So Costco, you're looking at shopping carts. How many people are buying 4K TVs? How many people are leaving with computers? Are we mostly just seeing food in there? Are you seeing a lot of alcohol? Are you seeing a lot of expensive items or not? Down this way. So what we're seeing is that there's actually down this way, guys. What we're seeing is that at least what I'm seeing at Costco is it's not as busy as it is around Christmas time. So it has been busier, and I'm seeing people have smaller amounts in their shopping cart. I'm not seeing people just buying up a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't indicate to me that we're in a big recession. Okay, it does indicate to me that people are spending a little bit less money, and they're getting fewer goods, but they're still buying a lot of stuff in Costco. They're still buying a lot of bulk. So to me, I would not say we're in a recession because of Costco, but I would say that we're definitely seeing inflation take a bite out of people's ability to buy and to have disposable income. So let's talk Disneyland for a second, then I'll read your guys' comments. So here you go. Here's Pirates, guys. If you want me to, maybe I'll keep this on and see if you can go on the ride with me. I don't know if the screen will still work. But anyway, Disneyland. Okay. If I go back about 2 years, okay, so coming out of COVID, the last few years, what we've seen with Disneyland is that you would have to get a reservation about 7 days in advance, especially on a Saturday. Okay. You could reserve today, this morning. So that tells me that the demand's a little bit lower, but there's still a ton of people here. And to be honest, this was not a cheap day. This was like a $220 per person day at Disneyland. Okay, that's a lot of money. I don't do this very often, and you can't get passes even if you want them. They just aren't available. So you're stuck with, doing multiple days, paying all these fees. We're here local, so we'll go every once in a while. But there's a lot of people here. I mean, look behind me. Okay, that's not empty. However, it's not full capacity either. So it's kind of like Costco. I don't think I would say based on all of this that we're in a big, massive recession. But what I would say is I'm seeing, a lot of kids here still. I'm seeing adults here. People are wearing Mickey and Minnie ears still, so they're buying merchandise or they're bringing it from what they've had before. And they're still eating a lot of the food. So there's enough credit out there for people to continue to do this stuff. There's a lot of financing that they can do if you're local and you're buying a pass. It's harder to find the passes right now, but you can do that. And on January 1st, they're going to start doing a 3-day local discount. So right now, this would not indicate a big recession, okay? I think what we're heading into is more stagflation, where we're seeing inflation start to creep up again. I believe we're starting into the second run of inflation. They usually come in threes. We've already finished the first one. This is the beginning of the second one. It'll probably go all the way until 2027. Um, and then you'll probably see around 2030 the third um, run of that. So right now, I think things are still fairly healthy from a spending standpoint, at least at Costco and Disneyland. Once you get outside of that, I think it's a little different for certain industries and certain people. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we're in a recession? Do you think we're starting to see the results of stagflation? What are you guys noticing? So let me see what you guys have in the comments here. So Richard, welcome. I don't care. I'll keep buying. Yeah, me too. All right, what else we got here? Spirit-filled mindset. My dad and sister are there today. Oh, that's awesome. Amy Harrell, stacking surfer. Really $65 per ounce. Uh, yeah, I think we could see that. If you look at the Fibonacci charts on silver, the upper range of it is about 70 right now. So it's not something crazy. It is something that can happen. And right now we're seeing a situation where a few things are happening at the moment. The refineries, the national ones, are not buying. They've stopped buying silver. I think the only thing they're taking are silver eagles right now and other sovereign coins. And then they've also, which has trickled down to the regional melters and refineries aren't buying. And so we've got this backlog. And there's really two ways this can kind of go. And I was talking to Azure Blue about this today in text. One is that there's just not a lot of demand, and we're starting to see the futures go down lower than the price of silver. And that would mostly be because people um, that are trading on the market, the futures market, that is the options, believe that we're going to have a huge decline. Okay, that's option one. Option two is that there is a huge amount of demand, and the people that would normally be trading options are too worried about the future fulfillment of those options, and therefore they want silver today. So they're demanding it today. Something's going on. We don't know all what's happening right now, but there's one of those two situations. I think it's the latter. And I think a lot of other people are feeling that too. But I am talking to people on X that think that we're going back down to $15 silver, and they're unloading everything. And if you're a stacker, you wouldn't go unload everything. You just you wouldn't do that. I guess unless you really feel like it's going to go down to 15. I don't think it's going to happen. I bought a lot of silver the last couple of weeks, and I will keep buying when I find good deals on it. So who knows? You guys go ahead and double tap the screen again. That'll just bring this up so more people can see it. So yeah, it could hit 65. I mean, I'd like it to go down to 38 personally to buy more. And I started buying at 38, and it kept going all the way to 45 before I could get some of the product I wanted. And it was based more on my strategy than FOMO. So, don't buy if you guys aren't ready to buy it, if you don't have the money for it. There'll be plenty of times to buy um, dips that come up. Now, keep in mind, some of those dips may never come down this low. So if we go up to 65 and we dip down to 50, it's sixes. But we could still test the 200-day moving average, which I think is very possible. And it's typically what happens. So that's going to be, I think, 36 or 38, somewhere around there for silver. All right, Rob, welcome. I was the first paying person to ride Space Mountain. Congratulations. You and my dad need to get together, and you guys can make a video on this. Let's see, 6,000 into Glint since 31st of December 2024. Current value is now 7,358. It's pretty cool. I mean, how awesome is it to kind of use Glint as like a checking account and then have it continue to go up on you? I mean, you could be slowly buying coffees, for example, with that, and you still have the same amount of money you put in. It's a pretty cool idea. All right, let's see what else you got in here. David says it's coming, so there's a lot of stuff that I think is probably coming with the recession potentially, but we're not there yet. I'll tell you, last time we had a big recession would have been that I came to Disneyland was in 2010, and they had major discounts on getting people in, so we got major discounts on the family, and then parking was a lot less. And rides like Pirates of the Caribbean were basically walk on, and Space Mountain was about 20 25 minutes. Right now it's about 60 minutes. So we're not there yet. Space Cowboy, do it. Laugh out loud. I don't exactly know what I was talking about at that moment. All right, so welcome everybody. Amy, Annie Oakley, welcome. Let's see. Yeah, Mexican place is good over there. Okay, now the rich are getting richer. So, but I can tell you, looking around here, most of these people are not what you would consider super rich people. I think this is a pretty good landscape of average Americans. At least everybody that's here is dressing that way. I've not seen anybody dressing extravagant. There's a lot of baseball caps, a lot of t-shirts and just shorts. So I could be wrong on that, but we're getting closer to going in. So if the stream just ends, then that's as much as I can get in right now. Maybe I'll pull this up in another line. But I think I've got a few more minutes. We'll keep going. And if you guys want me to, put a one in the chat if you want me to keep this going, and I'll make the screen a little dimmer and I'll flip it around. You guys can ride pirates with me. What do you guys think? I don't know if the reception's going to stay good when you go down below, but we might try to pull that off. All right. So the rich are going to get richer. That's why you guys want gold and silver, so that you can be in that same boat. As they print more money, which is coming, you guys are going to have so much inflation coming in the future. The gold and silver will continue to go up with it. Real estate's probably another good one. However, that's going to act a little differently because it is based on the overall economy and market. And it's a lot of times contrary to what's going on with gold and silver. I did get a haircut, so it's a little shorter. And I'm trying to grow it out. I'm going to see if I can get you guys some really awesome surfer locks here in a few months. Oh, I think that's a family coming up in here. Oh, sorry. That was weird. Okay, so all right, let's see. Old Dirty Bastard Garage. Great name. Shipping in silver now, so price dropped like a rock. Yeah, that could happen. It feels like that's what happens a lot. And then Richard, you got a good calculation there for everybody to take a look at. Jay Hike, price doesn't matter, only ounces. I agree with that. Like, to be honest, like I'm more concerned about hitting a certain amount of goal in and having metals set up for my family and my objectives more than I am about the price. Okay, they're both factors, right? So you can't get to the ounces if you don't have enough money to pay the price, and then you have to wait. For me, that's kind of what I'm most interested in doing first and getting there. And once you hit that number, then for me, it's much more about trying to find the deals and the dips. So guys, go ahead and hit that double tap there. That'll bring this up to more people. Stacking 1993 is definitely better than stacking today. I'll tell you that. And I do recommend buying dips, guys. Thoughts on Bitcoin? Well, it got its butt kicked along with all the cryptos yesterday. I mean, like totally destroyed and wrecked. Bitcoin went down about 60%, and some other cryptos went down 80%. So here's the ride. I've never done a live like this. This will be interesting. Okay, so they got wrecked yesterday, and there's a lot of reasons for that. They're blaming President Trump on it with his tweet, or not tweet, that post on his social platform. I'm forgetting the name of it right now. But right around the time he mentioned something about China getting 100% tariff, it just crashed. Okay, guys, so that's something to be aware of and just think about. With cryptos, they can crash very quickly. You wouldn't see that with gold and silver. Even with the futures market, you wouldn't see that. So they just, don't let anybody tell you that Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency is a safe haven asset. They just aren't. They're still too new, and they're still very much on the speculative side. Do I think Bitcoin's going to 1 million? I do. Um, I think it's set up as a way to really soak up a lot of the U.S. debt and to keep the system going. And I do think they're going to support that, and I do think it's going to get up to 1 million. Could they rug pull it? There's ways to do that. It's not the simplest thing to do. Um, and I'm not going to say it's horribly bad to have, and you should never have any of that stuff. I'm just going to tell you to be cautious with it because if you don't understand it, you can have a lot of problems. Some people got wrecked yesterday when it crashed like that. They had margin calls hit. They had, you know, options get completely pulled out from underneath them. And then others basically got themselves in a lot of trouble with stop losses and they sold on the halfway down and didn't buy back because it came back so fast and they have to buy much higher now. So that can be an issue. Um, I don't have, I have very little of it myself right now. I'm debating on whether I'm going to add some more of that or not. Okay, Cody Her, when will they actually turn the printer back on? Um, Technically, they have started the printer back on already, but when you're going to really see the printer get turned back on is when we start to have banking issues or the stock market has major issues. And they'll do it when they need to start shoring things back up. You'll know that the printer's back on. Okay, it's not going to be like a hidden thing. Um, Frank Mons, any shorter and you can do Mr. Clean. it's not it's not that short really. So I mean it's not as long as it has been for us. There you go. There's the social map. Um, it's gonna get super long. I probably just won't go cut it for a few months. And I'm gonna try to get my hair so that it's down to my ears, the full length of it. And my surfer mop back. All right, let's see what the guys got. Yeah, Magic Mountain. I don't know, man. Magic Mountain scares me. It feels like they don't even keep their stuff safe. ABC, I have 6,300 ounces of silver and 22 ounces of gold. I think that's a really good start there. And I think for most people, that's much more than a start. I think that's probably where they're hoping to get to someday. So I think you're going to be in pretty darn good shape with that too. Um, but it's all relative. It depends on what you're trying to replace. It depends on what you're trying to shore up and where you live. Well, we got a quick super chat. Okay, if I do that, hey, thanks, Frank Bonds. I do appreciate the super chats, guys. Okay, one thing I'm going to throw out there real quick in case we do get cut off. I don't know if they're going to say when I go to the line here. I want to give out a 10th ounce of gold. Let's get the channel to 17,000 subscribers. We've got three. Yep. And let's see what happens. And if we can get to 17,000 subscribers by December 31st, 2025, I'll give away 10th ounce of gold. I'm going to start to play around with this idea. I want to see if you guys can help me wrap this up. Okay, when are you guys going? All right, don't say anything, guys. Don't tell anybody. Everyone's time. What? In a minute. Oh, you can put it in here. You want to say hi, Benny? All right. Anyway, so um, this is going to be fun. We're going to have fun, guys. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to flip this for a minute so you guys can see better. Okay, so bear with me a little bit, guys. Hit that double tap the screen. You guys are going on Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know any other stacking channel that's done this. Okay, here's the restaurant. So if you guys are here at Disneyland, this is a really cool place to come and eat, especially if you've got kids, grandkids. It feels like you're in the bayou, right? In Louisiana, Florida. Supposedly Houston's like that, but I didn't see that part of it. And then you've got Mississippi. So it's not cool. And for us here in California, where you don't get out that much to those things, it actually feels really good. There you go. Okay, I'll try to answer your questions since you guys say stuff too. Yeah, you guys don't want currency. You want money. I agree with that. Or go for the Yes, you're streaming, so connect this whole thing up. Yes, that is correct. I mean, technically, um, I can write my stuff off. But since my daughter is in the video too, I guess we can write that off. So they're gonna have to say a few words at the end of this. If by any chance this does cut off, I'll pull us back up once we get down with it. But here we go. Look at this. So bear with me if you don't hear too much from this, but and it's a little dark, guys, but we're going down. Um, I do think this is like the classic Disney ride though, especially because it's different at every park you go to. Each park starts at a different location. This is the original one at Disneyland, but if you go to Disney World or to Paris or to, I forget where it's at in China, but each of the Disneylands is a little different. Let's see if you guys can see how it's. Let's we can look at it. All right, so some of you still have been, so it's really interesting. Okay, so we'll be able to see stuff in a second here. We're going up. Yeah.
Ho ho yo ho, the pirate's eye for me.
This is so sorry. Let's see. We're going down another thing. Where we go? Hit double tap the screen if you guys haven't done so yet. All right, so we're taking you on this pirate tour. If you've never been on Pirates of the Caribbean, it's pretty cool. Now, another fun fact is there's one skeleton in here that is still from a European. All the rest of them are fake. And we don't know which one it is. But I was wondering if it was maybe this guy over there. But we really don't know. I don't know, maybe he looks fake. But they used to all be here, by the way, and then they made them take it out. Really fun fact, I'll tell you guys about the writers. A lot of people got their relatives actors in this one. And this one's not real keen about that. There we go. So the audio is terrible. Yeah, there's not much reception. I have to be kind of quiet. And it's Bluetooth here. I'm going to take it off. Noise canceling. You guys might be able to hear a little better that way. Give me a one in the chat if you can hear better now. It's basically pitch black, kind of. Can you guys see anything? If you can't see anything, then we can end it, and I'll come back on in a little bit. But you'll have to let me know. Look at all that gold, guys. The pirates knew where it was. Yeah, what I need is like an infrared camera. So 5 by 5. Um, I think is it Shanghai where they have China Disneyland? Anyway, one of those, I think it's over there. They actually have like a huge IMAX screen when the pirate ships are fighting the. Look at this. See, look, it's we got a whole gold thing going on here. Okay, here we go. So this is the coolest part of the whole thing, I think. Yeah, I know they got a little bit on the Disney's always is so woke, it's not even funny. And they've changed a few of the things. So there's a couple of things you'll see when we get to the village that are just silly. But anyway, here's the pirates. So that is Barbosa, I think, up there. So here's the thing. Why did the pirates have so much gold and silver? Little they know that Americans don't today. Now, I think it was about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. It was right after the pandemic. Johnny Depp actually came, and if you can see my finger kind of moving around right here, he was hiding over here all dressed up in uniform, and people were freaking out because he was going up to their boats and saying hi. Remember that? Yeah. So here's the little auction going on here. So they met up a few things, like there's Jack Sparrow right there hiding, and they've added this female pirate over here. So that's kind of a new thing. If you guys are just joining, then tap the screen and you'll get a few more people in here to watch. If you haven't hit subscribe or the bell icon, do that. We normally are talking about gold and silver and economics on here. Um, Today we're talking about pirates at Disneyland because they like gold and silver too. So you got this poor guy getting chased, and that guy's getting chased by a woman. Let's see, one guy chasing a woman, and all the rest of them. They've changed that. So it used to be guys chasing a lot of women, and they've changed that a little bit. You like that they have the girls chasing the guys? Okay, so little surfer thinks it's cool that the girls are chasing the guys. I don't know. The pirate guys probably didn't mind it too much, but they look scared. We got this guy over here trying to get himself some hat. And then we got the dude with the dirty foot. That was always kind of freaky to me as a kid. I was worried it was going to fall on my face. But I always loved these guys. So since my dad was the first paying person to ride in the first boat of this ride when it came out, um, he became really good at this whistle. These guys use here to try to get the dog with him the key. All right, so it's gonna be kind of dark here for a second, but this is the part where the whole city is burning. So you really don't want to have a bunch of drunk pirates running around. They burn things down. Yeah, hit the thumbs up if you like pirates. I think it's an awesome ride. Disneyland. I've been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland. You can do both Disney parks if you do a park hopper in the same day. You get on the big rides. Um, we've got we've got an awesome Space Mountain. We have an awesome Big Thunder Mountain, which is closed right now for renovations. And you've got a. I like the Haunted Mansion here. I like this Pirates ride. It's pretty cool. And it's fun to come here with the kids. My wife gets sick, so she doesn't really come too often. But those things really good. Animatronic action there. So I'm actually surprised that we had cell signal this whole time. Okay, you'll be able to hear me a little better now, I think. I'm gonna put the noise canceling back on. The bot by bouncing the floor. Look, what's the flavor good for if you don't split it on some fun here now? I'm serious. Um, I think it came out to about 215 a ticket. It was about $30 for parking. If you want a Coke, it's about $5. So it's not quite as expensive as a movie theater around here, but you know, it does cost money to do things, guys. And for me, it comes down to family. I can't take the golden silver with me. And so for me, it's all about what can I do with my kids, my family, and have fun. Um, and that's why I stack, is I stack since they have a future, and then I'm gonna be stuck with crazy stuff. Okay, so we'll come back to this. So anyway, this is I call her baby B, baby A because they're twins. But we'll call her little sister B. So this one's been on a few, well, maybe one live stream, right? Actually, two live streams we've been on, or maybe one live stream, one video, one, right? Yeah. So what do you think? Is silver going up or down in price? It's going up. Okay, she thinks it's going up. Is silver price going up or down? Okay, they both think it's going up. So that's kind of what I think too. I think it's going up, guys and gals. But we will have pullbacks. I just think the pullbacks are going to come a little bit later down the road. Um, I tried to start buying a bunch of silver at 48, and then it started running on me. And a bunch of these deals I locked in around 38. Once it got to 42, they all disappeared. They all went away. They were kind of freaked out about it. Okay, well, I got to actually. You guys will see a little bit of this. So that's a surprise. We pulled this out. Okay, can you grab this spot back? Okay, so we're gonna head off to another ride here, and I'll talk as we're doing that, and then I'm gonna spend some more time with the daughters. But I did want to hit a few things on silver real quick and talk about the pricing stuff that's on the lead title. So, are we going to 65? Or are we going to $38? That's the big question everybody has right now. If you're questioning, are we going to go to 15? I think you're out of your mind on that one. It could happen. We could go down to 15. We could go down to, I guess, theoretically $5. But to get to those numbers, you're talking your house is worth hardly anything. Everything's crashed. Bitcoin is worth $5, kind of a thing. So it's a very massively extreme situation if we get down to that. And I don't see us going down to 15. You're talking something worse than the Great Depression, no money printing, and they just let us all suffer down there. This president's not going to do that. He'll turn on the money printing machine. He'll go pressure Congress, and he'll go revalue the gold way before he lets everything just completely fall apart. He's got too much ego into it right now, which happens to be in the American people's favor, which is good. But he's not. He wants to go down as the the best American president. So he's going to do a lot to try to sort keep that going good. All right, so let's see real quick here. Jurassic Park. Okay, that's funny. Um, all right, 888 the Great, formerly nickel stacking. I think your name changes every time I see you on here. Um, Six Flags is fun too, guys. So look, roller coasters are fun. All of this stuff is fun. If you're not getting out and having some fun and all you're doing is just buying gold and silver and you're waiting for the apocalypse to come, you're missing the boat on all this stuff. You've got to get out. You've got to have fun with your family. You've got to enjoy life. Go out to a game, go out to dinner, do all those kind of things too. Um, it's what it's all about. Okay. Without the family, there's not a lot of stuff that I need to save my money up for. I mean, what else am I going to do with all of it? So to me, it's that's what comes first. So anyway, that's what I would say. Yeah, go out to an amusement park if you guys haven't done it in a while. It's like $12 in high school. So I do remember as a kid coming here because we're about 45 minutes away now, but we used to live, I don't know, 20 minutes away when I was a kid. And when we came, at least when I came as a kid still in the late 70s, early 80s, you got to book a ticket. And so when you got to book a ticket, you'd have an e-ticket, and that was for the excitement rides. And there's a different letter for the different kinds of rides. And anyway, that's how they used to do it. And I don't believe you paid to get in the park. I think you just paid for the tickets. And now you pay a ton of money for the park. And then if you want to actually get on the rides and not wait an hour for the line, then you pay even more money for it. So it is very much pay to play here. And that's how you're going to um, get the money. So I'm going to do a quick picture and then I'm going to read more of your comments here too. So yeah, guys, double tap that thumbs up. So a couple quick things. We're trying to get to 17,000 by the end of the year. If we do that, I'll give out a 10th ounce of gold. I'm going to put some other goals in there too, guys. I want to grow this channel faster. So I got some ideas. We'll kind of few other interviews to get some more people in here to hopefully grow this, but I'm going to need some of your guys' help. It doesn't take very many of us to go find a handful of people to bring in and get to subscribe to help us grow this. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing real quick. So they wanted the picture. That's how you want your twins to be, all happy and nice to each other. Okay, that doesn't always happen. So you guys get to see the goodness. They're both in college right now. And they were in different states. They're back home here, which is kind of fun because we didn't have that for a long time. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about that. Darth Vader. All right, I didn't notice the name until just now. Where's the price of gold and silver going to be in 5 to 10 years? Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be way higher. So what did you say? Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I see it. I'll be right out here, girls. So gold and silver. I think I'll tell you what my gut's telling me. Okay, I'll cut on a limb a little bit here. I think in 5 years we're going to be seeing gold, um, probably pretty close to $15,000. Okay, maybe that's me being a little bit hopeful on the price going up. I can't imagine myself buying gold at 15,000, but I think a lot of you are saying that bought gold a lot less. Okay, you guys direct me to where we're going next. Okay, so what I'm looking at is I think in the next 5 years a realistic price is 8 to 12,000, and a price that I think my guts kind of tell me is closer to 15. I think we're going to have a lot more inflation, and I think people are going to start to really wake up to it as we get closer to 5 years. I do believe we're in a currency cycle reset, the beginning stages of that. Um, and for that reason, I think you're going to see higher prices. If we get to that, I think you're going to see the gold to silver ratio go down drastically too. Um, we could see it go as low as say 40 to 20. Okay, I know some people are calling for a 1-to-1. I don't really see that happening unless we're really into some kind of Armageddon war type setting where they're just gobbling up all the silver for military purposes, or we get into a situation where we're going crazy on robots. Yeah, we get into really crazy. We want to do a banana split. Should we do it? Oh, look at this. We got some fun people behind us. Okay, so um, I'm not responsible for anything that happens behind my shoulders. Um, anyway, I think it's going to go a lot higher. So if we get to a 20, a 40 on the GSR, and we get to a $15,000 gold, you guys can do the math on that. I'm too tired to do that, but it's high. So even if we go on the conservative side and we only get to 8,000 gold and we only get to say $200 silver, it's higher than it is today. So I'm still buying. I recommend it as a stacker to other people to buy. I can't give you guys financial advice. I can't tell you to buy, but I can tell you that in general, it looks like a buy signal to me. All right, let's see what else you guys saying here. Hyperinflation is better than a depression. When you get into a deflationary crash and you get into depression, it's really, really hard to start things back up. Really extremely hard. You do not want a depression. It's one of the worst things you can get into, especially deflationary depression. It basically just sucks everything out. It's kind of like you're basically killing everything. It's the worst case scenario. We don't want that. Hyperinflation is way better. You can at least kind of control it to a degree, and you're buying things are being bought and sold. The problem you run into with hyperinflation is you just have to continue to be buying and moving things quickly. Um, both of them are bad. You don't want either one of them, but I'd rather have hyperinflation than a deflationary recession, or not recession, depression. Um, neither of them are good. We no government's going to be able to control either one of those situations. They'll do the opposite to try to fix it, which will end up probably making it worse. And inevitably, we're just going to reset everything, and there'll be a new currency. Basically, it's still going to be a digital. It'll be a digital dollar. They'll eventually have to back it with gold, and when that happens, um, when they truly peg it to gold, at that point, that's when you're going to want to move into real estate and not hold a lot of gold and silver. Now, that's if everything's set up the way it is now. If everything's all stable coins and everything's on a public ledger, I'd argue you'd probably still want to keep your gold. And, you know, you'd probably still want to get into some cash flowing assets because your gold price is going to stabilize. But once they go to tokenize all the gold and everything else is stable coin, once you give it up, you're probably not going to get it back. So that would be one thing to be aware of. Okay. Oh, you guys crack me up with some of these comments. Yes, I got twins. So what I'd really like to do is get up to 20,000 or 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which seems almost impossible to do. And I mean real subscribers. Look, there's a few channels that you guys know about that have blown up this year. They've had big periods of time where they had a lot of new subscribers, but they're not the right subscribers. They might be coming in off of shorts only or from a foreign country. And their views, it doesn't help their views, and you basically kill your channel. Like if my channel went to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, if they don't watch these videos and I'm not getting 40,000 views per video all of a sudden, channel's dead. It just kills it. So I don't want you guys just signing your cats up. Don't do that. But if we can get to the real stackers and open their mind to what I'm sharing, and hopefully it's helpful and they're legit, we'll throw in a lot more than a 10th ounce of gold if we can get up to numbers like 20, 25,000 subscribers. We'll start throwing in a lot more than that. It saves me a lot of money too from having to create marketing stuff and everything. All right. Uh-oh, we got Yankee in here at $1 over melt. Liberty bought 5 cultured silver eagles today. Nice. So Yankee, you might have missed. I don't know if you saw the Pirates of the Caribbean, which was put on that ride. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, you do not want stable coins, guys. Like seriously, it's horribly bad. Being in the tech space, it's stable coins is bondage. There's no other better way to say it. It's the precursor to the B system that's coming, and you really don't want any of that. Just a second, guys. Okay, pull that out, and we'll come back to it in a second. So one of the things that I want to warn you guys on the stablecoin is, um, first off, if we don't start fighting it, I don't know if we're going to have much of a choice. Um, there's going to be a day where we're going to have to fight against that. How do you do that? Well, don't just accept it. You know, if they come out and say, "Hey, we'll give you guys your social security," yeah, we'll give you guys your social security, and we'll give you $1.10 for everything if you do stablecoin versus regular. Don't do it. One, it's you don't want it. Two, once enough people start doing that, it's going to get locked in, and then eventually it's going to be the only way to get your social security, the only way to get your income from a job. And once that happens, we're all going to be in a situation where we're stuck with it. It won't happen all at once, but it's programmable. It's basically a CBDC. Everything you don't like about a CBDC, stablecoin can do for you too. I'll leave it at that. All right, let's see who else we got in here. So here you go. They're getting ready for a big parade. It's fun, guys. If you haven't been out to do something fun like this in a while, I highly recommend it. Yeah, this isn't cheap. It could play more silver than gold, but it's what's going on. But look at the crowds, guys. Look, this does not have recession written on it. So I was reading, and I misspoke earlier this week because I was going off some articles, and they said Disney World is a ghost town. Well, Disneyland is not. So there's still a lot of people here, um, and that tells me there's enough debt still available for people that they can finance these things. Um, because I don't think they're paying cash for it all. All right, well, I'm going to cruise. We're going to go catch a few more rides. If this was fun and you guys enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up and leave some other comments down below. We'll try to get another, a couple more live streams out this next week. And my hope is to help you guys navigate yourselves with some thoughts and commentary about what's going on in gold and silver. It's going to be really important to watch tomorrow on what happens when the market opens up at 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. Monday is going to be even more important. Actually, Tuesday is going to be even more important when the markets open up in the West. And what you're looking for is, do the shorts show up to smash, or do they let things run a little bit more? And if you start to see it run, I think we're going to start to see silver really starting to pick up. Now, we've just completed a 45-year cup and handle, but we have to test it. Okay. So we need to see the number going above 50 for a while, and then we need to see it come back down near 50 and bounce back up. And if we have that, then it's off to the races. We're going much higher. If it doesn't hit that and it drops back down to say lower 40s and it sticks there for a while, then it's not a true cup and handle. And what we could be doing is creating another candle on the handle. Okay. And when that happens, it just means we've got a little bit more time before it completely takes off. But I do believe it's going to be going a lot higher. One other thing I do want to put in a quick little ad for OC Stacker here. Um, I'll show you guys real quick. So I know some of you heard that I have a little bit of health issues, but I'm going to show you guys something that is really helpful. It's this stuff right here. So there's my quick ad. um, and it's backwards for you guys. But anyway, this stuff is really good. Um, I won't go into the total detail on it because I don't know that I can promote any of that on social media. But um, I put it on my feet. I put it on my lower back and my neck, especially after riding Matterhorn. That totally whiplashed me, and I can still enjoy the day with it. I feel much better, and it's been some great stuff. So I'm not getting paid for it, but he's a good friend. I'm promoting that. That's a new company he's working on. But if you guys have any of those issues with discomfort and you're looking for relief, that stuff's pretty darn good. All right, so yeah, last thing I'll say, guys, is the bank slams don't seem to be working like they were earlier in the year. And you know, the banks may be having some issues too. They just don't have a lot of reserves. They have a lot of other issues that are going on. So I can feel something in the air. I felt this before the pandemic shut everything down for 2 weeks. It's one of the reasons I've been buying quite a bit in the last few months, or sorry, last few weeks. I've been buying in the last few months too, but I've upped my buying up until 50. Once we kind of got to the 50 rank, it freaks me out. I got to slow down just a little bit for my own self. But um, I'm still looking for deals. I'm still looking for the right things that are going to help for my family too, and in my position and what I want to do to hit my goals. But here's the issue: build your strategy, figure out what you want. Don't FOMO. If you feel like you need to buy because surfers buying, don't do that. You need to understand why I'm buying. One, I want to get to my goals. Two, I can't get to my goals if the price jumps up to $65. I'm not going to be able to hit them. It's going to be too late. If it goes down lower, I can get to my goals easier. Okay. If you can't get to your goals at the current price, wait for some of those dips. It's okay. However, just know that if we have prices go up to 55, 60, 65, and they dip, the dip could be 50. Okay. It may not be 38. So you just got to, watch these things and kind of be ready for it. But no, silver's squirrely. It's a squirrely one, guys. It's a lot trickier than just looking at the gold. I think gold is quite a bit more stable right now than the silver is. But there's something going on. There's something in the air. I can feel it, and there's some supply and demand crunches that are going on. Maybe we're about to have a real silver squeeze here. We won't know until we really see the prices going up. So stay tuned on the information. I'll try to bring you around what's going on at the LBMA and the Chromex. I haven't looked at it in the last few days, but the price to borrow silver has been crazy high, and it's never been so high. So I think the LBMA is close to basically having a run on it, meaning people want deliveries and they can't get them. And if that's the case, that's going to make news. Well, it should make news, maybe it won't. But that's going to make a big difference for you guys too. Let's see if there's any other question before I take off here. Yeah, so you guys can reach out to OC Stacker. He'll hook you up with some things. Channel is not endorsing that. All I can say is I've had an experience with it and it's worked for me. Let's see. Yeah, we're in uncharted waters basically. The last time something like this was going on was when our country was being formed. Okay, so just to give you an idea, no one can tell you, hey, I've been there during a complete currency cycle um, change. No one's alive. They're all dead. So this is a new thing for us. All we have is history to kind of go off of, and we're going to do our best. But anyway, I want to thank you guys. Thank you for the super chat. Freak Mons, thank you again for the super chat. For the second one too. And look for more of these videos. We're going to have more stuff coming out. What I'd love to hear from you guys is, start putting your questions together. We're going to try to get to as many as we can. And you can also email me, stackingsurfer@gmail.com. And, tell people about it. Let's get the channel growing. Let's get it. This channel should be a lot bigger. I mean, I think I've had some great guests on. I'm going to continue to get some more of them on. I'm going to hopefully get Eric to come back on to talk about the charts and where we're going for gold. That guy, I think, is one of the best analysts out there when it comes to charting. I'm going to try to get Eric back on. He's in Hong Kong, and he can really tell you what's going on in China with the gold market. He knows that better than anybody else that I know of. And then I'm working on a few other people to bring them in to give you guys some better information out there. And so hopefully that'll kind of cross economics and macro into gold and silver with people that actually understand it to help you guys as stackers. Um, I will be bringing you some other fun videos about coins. I'm going to do a comparison of that baseball coin that they sent from Spectres, my Death Star 300-gram silver coin, and my Silver Dragons 12-ounce golf ball. Okay. I want to show you guys what those look like, what the weight is, because some people were questioning whether that baseball is pure silver or not. I kind of had that question too because it looked like it was a little bigger than maybe what 2 ounces of silver would be. But I don't recall another metal being listed in there. Last, I'm going to be ordering a new Sigma Metalytics machine. It's going to be able to test up to 100-ounce bars. So we can start to dig into some of these things and say, hey, is this really silver or not? So we're going to have some fun with that. Tiger Stacker, thank you as well. We had a good chat today. So look out for Tiger's videos. He's got the best videos right now on Sigma Analytics on what it is. How do you compare the machine to say a ping tester, a few things like that, which can be really cool too. So you guys check that out. All right, I'm going to go have some fun. You guys enjoy the night too, and keep on stacking. And we're going to get through all this stuff, guys. It's community. It's about having fun. So until next time, peace out.